This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, September 28th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Well, it looks like the Sailing Hall of Fame is heading to Newport. Yes, the Newport City Council voted 5-2 Wednesday night to sell the Armory to the Sailing Hall of Fame. Now, it does need to get approval from the Sailing Hall of Fame board, which is slightly heavy on the Chesapeake Bay side, but we don't know how they will react. The two choices they have are a 13,000 square foot space on the water, ready to go for $1.6 million. That's the Armory up in Newport. They have committed to put $1.5 million in capital improvements into that, and they do have the cash on hand to do that. The other option is to stay here in Annapolis and convert the existing Burtis building, which has flooding issues, asbestos, and structural problems, not to mention nuisance flooding, into the Hall of Fame. However, they don't know how much it would cost. They're trying to get the state to surplus the building. Currently, it has a price of $9.5 million. Hall of Fame President Gary Jobson said that he believes the organization could move to Newport in about 16 months if the members do vote to move. And just to put it in perspective, as Newport was going through the approval process and the voting and seeing whether it was a good deal for them, Annapolis passed a resolution saying, yeah, we like it. That's about it. Good news for the Capital Gazette Families Fund. The Michael and Jackie Farrow Foundation has made good on their $1 million gift to the fund. They sent a check into the Community Foundation of Anne Arundel County, and it now brings the total to more than $1.8 million. Initially, they had said it was a matching gift up to $1 million, but they put the whole thing in there as well. The money will benefit the survivors of the shooting as well as family members of the victims. Gerald Fishman, John McNamara, Wendy Winters, Rob Hyacinth, and Rebecca Smith were all killed in the June 28th tragedy on Bestgate Road. The Community Foundation of Anne Arundel County said more than $1.8 million will be dispersed to the victims' family members as well as survivors, and that will happen in November. The Family Fund will continue to accept donations if you want to donate through December 31st of this year, and you can do so at cfaac.org. We reported about a month ago that the artist collective that was inside of the new building dubbed the Cannery down on City Dock had closed, and Danielle Ohl did some legwork to track down exactly what happened. She got in touch with Harley Hope, who was one of the artist residents tasked with bringing it all together, and she cited irreconcilable differences. And in a statement to the Capitol, Hope said, Gavin had asked me to pull everyone together and run it, but I think I kind of chose the wrong people to trust. We were trying, it just wasn't, we weren't prepared to maintain what we started. Now, this was supposed to be an artist collective similar to the Torpedo Factory in Alexandria. It stayed open for just about a month before it closed its doors. It was located in the Harbor Square Mall, which is that tiny little mall between Sophie's Crepes and Pip's Hot Dogs for the most part. Not too many businesses are in that mall anymore. You've got Guzzi Gifts and Jewelry, the Annapolis Marine Art Gallery, and Michael Blonder opened up a A.L. Goodies 2 gift shop there as well. And they sell the socks that everyone is all upset about. If you want to know my opinion on the socks, listen to yesterday's Daily News Brief. I had a little bit of a rant there. As to what's going to happen to the space, Mayor Buckley is reaching out to Maryland Hall and Rams Head on Stage to see if they can do anything in that space for the city as well. If you drive, chances are you're one of 71% of Americans who are unaware of a move-over law, which we do have here in Maryland. And what that law says is that if you see a fire truck, an ambulance, a police car, or a tow truck on the side of the road, the law says you need to move over to the left or the right, I guess depending on which side it is, or slow down if you're not able to do it. They have expanded that law, and the expansion goes into effect on October 1st, which is Monday, and that will now include service and utility vehicles as well as waste and recycling trucks that have their lights flashing. I would suggest that everybody be very vigilant on this. This could be a money grab because it is not a cheap ticket. The penalty for violating the law is a $110 fine and a single point against your driver's license. So there's your warning for next week. That is about it for the top news today. Please check out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day because we do update it throughout the day with all of the current news. It is Friday. We've got our picks for the busy, beautiful weekend coming up. And we also have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. Save the date, September 29th and 30th, to see Richard Karn, yes, Al Borland, from the hit television show Home Improvement at the Annapolis Home Expo.
I don't think so, Tim.
No, it's true. Richard Karn will be at the Annapolis Home Expo, and while Richard will tell you about what not to do with the home improvement, there will be dozens and dozens of real home improvement contractors to tell you exactly what you should do. Bring in an antique for a free appraisal. Listen to the many workshops to help you make your home into the dream home you always wanted. Thinking about selling or buying? Northrop Realty and Craig Northrop will be on hand to offer tips for staging your home and how to negotiate the waters of one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. It all starts on September 29th at the Byzantium Center on Riva Road, Saturday from 10 to 6 and Sunday from noon to 5. Tickets are only $5 at the door, but get this, if you're named Al, or anything close, or wear flannel, you're in for free. Remember the Annapolis Home Show, September 29th and 30th.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and here's your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, September 28th. After more rain yesterday and more in the overnight hours, Annapolis and all of Anne Arundel County will see some scattered showers likely this morning before this frontal boundary finally moves far enough south and east of the region for clearing skies to begin, setting the stage for what should be a great weekend for outdoor activities. Look for highs today of 70 to 75 and lows tonight in the upper 50s to lower 60s. Then expect plenty of sunshine both days this weekend, with high temps each day 73 to 78 degrees as we close out a very rainy month of September on a very dry note. Okay, that's it for today. Be sure to download our free weather app on all of your devices by searching the Apple App Store or Google Play Store for DC MDVA Weather so you can always stay weather informed, or follow us on our website at dmvweather.com or on Facebook or Twitter. Oh, and also be sure to check out our Facebook page or website at dmvweather.com/advertise for our promotion for free advertising on the DMV Weather platform through all of 2019. And send me an email at george.young@weatherinformant.net if you'd like to sign up for your business or nonprofit or local restaurant or sports league or whatever. It's a great offer, and our platform of app, website, Facebook, and Twitter are seen by thousands each day, not to mention tens of thousands of listeners here on Eye on Annapolis for the daily news brief. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Enjoy the weekend ahead with some much-needed dry, sunny weather. But remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
September 29th, the inaugural Twist and Stout Festival at Quiet Waters Park along the shores of the South River. Twist and Stout, a Maryland wine, craft beer, music, food, and arts festival, presented by the Anne Arundel County Department of Recreation and Parks, along with the Maryland Wineries Association. Sample dozens of craft beers and Maryland wines. Dance the afternoon away to the sounds of Saved by Zero and the Groove Spot Band. Watch the plein air painters and shop dozens of artisans, crafters, and food trucks. Tickets are on sale now at twistandstout.org. TWISTANDSTOUT.org. September 29th, Twist and Stout at Quiet Waters Park, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets at twistandstout.org. Every weekend, there's something exciting going on in the Annapolis area. Be sure to visit eyeonannapolis.net to sign up for a newsletter highlighting all the weekend events. Here are our top picks for this weekend.
Thank God it's
You know, I think this is the first weekend that we've got spectacular weather in an awful long time, and boy, does it look to be a great one. Let's get right into it. Tomorrow from 10 to 7, you've got the Kunta Kinte Heritage Festival down at City Dock. It is a heritage festival to commemorate Kunta Kinte's arrival here in Annapolis. You're going to have arts and crafts. You're going to have food. You're going to have a children's tent. There will be live music. There will be a petting zoo, live bands, and the best part is it's all free. A little bit later in the day, 11 to 5 over at Quiet Waters Park, you've got Twist and Stout, which is the very first full-on beer and wine festival that the county has sponsored and has allowed at Quiet Waters Park. Can't think of a better location for it. $40 will get you into the gate, but you can save $10 by getting your ticket in advance. You can go to twistandstout.org. Buy your ticket online. That gets underway at 11 o'clock. They've got 2 live bands going all day. And the really cool thing is that it's all Maryland wines and Maryland beers. So you're not going to have any mass market beers or Bartles and James. I don't even know if they're still around, or Yellowtail or any of those other kind of wines. It's all Maryland wines and all Maryland beers. Twistandstout.org. You can get your tickets for $30 now. $40 at the gate. And if you're planning to go to Quiet Waters Park with your dog or maybe to walk or whatever it is, the park will be closed tomorrow for this event. Sunday, it is all happening in West Annapolis. Check this out. From 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Ridgely Avenue, it is the 5th annual Annapolis Italian Festival. You like Italian food? We're talking cannolis, we're talking the pastas, the music, everything. That's where you go. If you're not into the Italian stuff and you're more into the German stuff, one block up from noon to 6, it's the 28th annual Oktoberfest in West Annapolis. The Papa bands, the beer, the schnitzel, the brats, you name it. If it's German, it's there. The 28th annual Annapolis Oktoberfest. And if it wasn't crowded enough in West Annapolis, they've also got the West Annapolis Elementary School Fall Fest going from 12 to 4. Lots of kids' games, actually all 3 of these are great family events. So you could actually get up at 10 a.m. and spend the entire day within a 3-block area, eating and dancing and crafting your way through the weekend there. But if you're not in West Annapolis, Maryland Hall at 4 p.m., Catapult. Now, you may have seen these on one of those Britain's Got Talent or America's Got Talent things. It's the shadow dancers. They make scenes of buildings and animals and everything else with a dance troupe behind a screen. They're bringing that to Maryland Hall. There are a few tickets still left. You can get them at marylandhall.org. That's at 4 p.m. on Sunday. Oh, and I almost forgot, on Sunday morning from 9 to noon, it is the annual Recovery Walk. Now, this is sponsored by Recovery Anne Arundel, and if addiction has touched your life in any way, whether it be you personally, whether it be somebody in your family, a friend, a neighbor, come on out and support them. You can find more information out at recoveryaa.org. It goes from 9 to noon, and it starts at the Stanton Center on Washington Street. Will ultimately march down to City Dock and around and back again. It is free. They do ask for a $5 donation if you happen to have it. Of course, if you want to get out of town a little bit, you've got Homestead Gardens. They've got their fall festival that is going on. This is the second weekend of it, and quite a beautiful weekend it is. So you might want to go and pick up a pumpkin and maybe get some decoration for your home and garden for the fall. Lots of kids' games, music, and if you're there, hunt out their cider donuts. They are pretty fantastic there. That's about it for the weekend. We got tons of stuff to do, and as always, whatever you do, please be sure you do it safe, and we will see you on Monday.
When you think of Watermark, you probably think of Harbor Queen. You know, the big white boat that sits down at the end of City Dock. But did you know that Harbor Queen is much more than just a visitor attraction? That thousands of local school children take field trips aboard it every year to learn about the Chesapeake Bay and our region's history. But that's not all you don't know about Watermark. When the Susquehanna River crested, washing thousands of tons of debris into our waterways, Watermark was there, rolling up their sleeves, helping the Annapolis Harbor Master clean up Ego Alley. And when the Annapolis Police Department SWAT team needed a boat to conduct special training exercises on to help protect our waters, they called Watermark. Watermark, making our mark. To learn more about how Watermark is here for our hometown, visit watermarkjourney.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.